Okay. Just to make sure you are in a comfortable position. And just resting, settling down. And you can release all the muscles, softening the muscles. And then get the feeling that every single bone is resting on the bed. So very much feeling the weight of the body. And almost like your body is sinking into the bed. Like lying on the beach and making the body leaves a mark on the sand. And just feeling the pressure in different parts of the body. So which part takes more weight and which part less. So just first focusing around the pelvis. And visualize which part of the pelvis makes more clear mark on the sand. And also feeling the warmth on the under surface of the body. And feeling the space changing around the lower abdomen. So with your breath, the space in the tummy changes. When you breathe in, you have more space in the tummy. And when you breathe out, you have less space in the tummy. And just observe how the space changes. The center of the lower abdomen and also the sides of the abdomen, or just inside of the hip bones, right side and left side. So less difference, but still having more space as you breathe in and having less space as you breathe out. So all the tissue around the area is also breathing with your breath. So feel the space between your body and the bed. So as the space of the lower abdomen changes, the space between your body and the bed changes as well. Just feeling that. So little sort of private space, no one can see, but you can just feel. And quite warm space, warmed with your temperature. And as well as this space just between your body and the bed, and the space in the lower abdomen. Just look at the whole pelvis. The whole pelvis is like a ball. So the front surface of the body and on the sides and on the back. So this whole ball is expanding as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, contracting. So allow some space for the tailbone and also the sacrum to breathe. And allow all the tissues, muscles to expand and contract with your breath. So the breath promotes all the circulation of the fluid, the blood, lymph, or other fluid around it. So you're getting more and more life energy with your breath. And as well as the whole, looking at the whole pelvis, look at the little bits of the pelvis. So if you look at your sitting bones and all the tissue around the sitting bones, so they can be soft and breathing, expanding and contracting. And the actual sitting bones can also breathe out and in, moving out and in. And big buttocks muscles, glutes, also breathing in, expand, and breathing out and contract. Also around the sacrum, lots of ligaments. They are breathing in and contract, expand, and breathing out and contract. So it's allowing lots of space around the sacrum. So that sacrum can move and send the energy towards the spine all the way up to the head. And now looking at the top edge of the sacrum and the top part of the back of the pelvis. So this area can also open and expand as you breathe in, and coming back as you breathe out. So the whole pelvis can be very wide as you breathe in, and coming back as you breathe out. And then with the pelvis, the muscles on the lower back, the muscle attaches between the pelvis, the top limb of the pelvis, and the rib cage, that is quadrum, quadrum. That is also breathing in and out, and then expand and contract. And so all the muscles along the spine. The rib cage also expands and contracts. So all the muscles between the ribs and muscles along the spine. all expanding and contracting, and the fluid going through them. Every single tissue, every single cell, breathing and fluid going through. And gradually coming up to the higher top part of the rib cage. Also feeling the scapula, shoulder blades. Just send the air to the tissue and muscles under the scapula as well, so between the scapula and rib cage. They can breathe. So your scapula as free as wings of birds. Just feeling the connection to the arms. So still like it's like bars, yes. From the shoulder blades to the arms, they can be as free and as spacious as wings of birds. So even in your imagination, if you are flying with the wings, all this movement connects to your heart, the chest area. So this chest area breathing and contracting and processing all the emotion as you expand and contract, and the heart is getting more blood, sending more blood, and all the energy coming from the heart going around the body and coming back to the heart again. Also notice the connection to the throat. So heart and throat are very close connection. So as well as the heart, you can allow space to the throat. So whatever comes up, just try to let it out, let it express. Keep the image of wings and you are flying. And then we connect from the heart to the throat and to the jaw. So this area expanding and contracting like the wings moving up and down. And expanding to the ears as well. So the wings, throat, jaw, and the ears. So they can fly all together. Lots of space around them, and then lots of freedom. see if you can connect to the parietal bones, which is like the top of the head, and they're right and left. So top but slightly back. So those bones also included from the heart, was from the shoulder blades, arms, there as wings and heart, throat, the jaw, ears, and the top of the head. So they are all part of the wings. So they can expand and contract. And just going with the flow like birds flying in the sky. So enjoy the expansion. So a little bit more focus on the expansion, really focusing on the space that the wing can create. How much you can expand. How much freedom you can have. And then see if we can include the lower part of the body as well. So all these big wings and the rib cage, back of the pelvis. And we haven't touched, but maybe the legs, the whole body can really expand and contract. But focusing on expansion at the moment. So having lots of space around the body as well as in the body, around the tissue. And without forcing, just remember still the fluid going around the body. And also you're going with the flow of the air, like flying in the sky. So now, as well as expansion, when you breathe out, just feel into like how the body comes back to your midline. So you don't need to force it, but you can just observe how the body comes back towards your center line, midline. So the top of the head might come back and you might be feeling the third eye. Or maybe the nose. And the center of the mouth. And the center of the chin. And the throat, the heart. The sternum, chest bone, and coming down to stomach, going down to the pelvis, the pubic symphysis, where the pubic bones meet, and the tailbone. It is like coming back to the self. It is like, I feel it is like, a bit grounding and finding myself as I come back to my midline. And it's really nice to have both expanding and coming back to midline. So I can really open up without losing myself. But it's just a balance, or you kind of have this midline is like reference point, so you know where you can come back, so you can safely go out. Now expansion and contraction still, but focus on the vertical line. So between your tailbone through the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. So that can expand and contract as well. So we did it sideways, but now we focus on up and down. I'm just thinking where the difference point is. If you think about the vertical lines, the expansion is about really elongating and becoming tall and long. And when you come back, where does it come back? Where you feel most stable place to come back. So there are some options where you can come back. You can come back to the heart, or you can come back to the solar plexus, or you can come back to lower part, lower abdomen, like hara kind of place. You can try those 3 points and then see what works for you. It just gives different feeling. Now focusing on the lower abdomen. So we're going to take this as the center. Get the feeling of up and down, still expansion and contraction. And now include your thighs in the picture. So the core area and the thighs. Let's see if we can feel any expansion and contraction on the tissue of the thigh. The front probably is the first. In front of the thighs, really appreciating the soft surface of the bed. And having knees in view as well. So you've got the core, so there like 3 fingers below the navel, and growing area front of the thighs and knees. So they are breathing and expanding, and breathe out and contracting. All the ligaments and the muscles around the knee, so they can breathe, each of them, and allowing lots of space. And let the fluid go through each tissue, each cell as well. And then including the lower legs. And also the ankles. And then the feet. And toes. And then include the back surface of the legs, so the soles of the feet. And the heels. And the calves. The back of the knees. And back of the thighs. And coming back to the sitting bones on the pelvis. Now paying just extra attention to the piriformis and glutes. So just creating a space for them, or just feeling of embracing them. As they expand and contract, the fluid goes through them. And cleaning up all the toxins maybe stored. And just getting its original natural elasticity and vitality. And I include the whole legs in the picture as well, so the pelvis and the legs. So the whole area is expanding and contracting. Including the rib cage and the shoulders and arms and the head. So now you have everything. The whole body is expanding and contracting. So I talked about the ball of the pelvis at the beginning. So coming back to this image of the ball on the pelvis, and as well as the whole body is like a ball. So whole body is in a ball or in a big balloon. And both of them are contracting, expanding with your breath. So there are two layers of the balls. And now just to give more freedom to the body and let the body do whatever it wants to do. So I want now probably create some movement. It can be big, small, subtle, even invisible. But just playing with this image of the balls, the ball of the pelvis and the ball of the whole body. Well, how does this expansion and contraction moves you? So in a way, like you are like swimming in this bowl, or maybe the liquid around you moves you, or liquid in the body moves you, liquid in the pelvis moves you. Try to connect the breath to all parts of the body, so no parts are left behind. Everything is involved. And the movement helps the fluid to go around. If there's more appetite, then keep going. And if you feel enough Then just have a pause. And maybe you can just feel the resonance of the movement, resonance of the activity in the body.